You've just entered the Bear Report, your digital zone for all things Chicago Bears. Bear down. Let's get into it.
Welcome back to the Deep Dive. Okay, we are jumping straight into, well, a victory that really defied a lot of expectations, didn't it? The 25-24 road win over the Commanders. And just like that, the team is over .500, 3-2. First time in a long time.
Yeah, it feels like more than just one win, you know. It's a big psychological hurdle cleared. So our mission today really is to unpack how they actually pulled this off.
No.
I mean, they had an atrocious start to the season, let's be honest. But now, boom, 3 wins in a row. We got to figure out what's real here, what's sustainable, what was maybe just luck.
Yeah, I saw someone call it unbearsic behavior,
Right.
and honestly, that really nails it. Because usually for years it's been the other way around, hasn't it?
Absolutely.
The late game heartbreak, the fumble that goes the wrong way, the turnover against them, that's been the script.
Yeah.
So to steal one like this on the road,
Yeah.
especially there, after last year's disaster in the same place, it signals something different mentally.
It really does. And, you know, that mental shift, it pretty much started and finished with maybe the most unlikely hero you could imagine.
Oh, totally.
I mean, the pure drama of that final moment.
Yeah.
You just have to start with the guy whose foot won the game.
Absolutely. Those final seconds. Tick, tick, tick. Everything hanging on a 38-yard field goal. The pressure must have been immense. And the guy, Jake Moody.
It's such a fascinating story, isn't it? Especially when you think about like organizational pressure and second chances. This guy was on the practice squad,
Yeah.
activated just hours before the game. Why? Because Cairo Santos hurt his quad. And he just strolls in, nails 4 field goals, including the game winner. It's wild.
It really is. And his backstory is just, I mean, one of the wildest in the league right now.
Yep.
Drafted 3rd round by the Niners,
Highest kicker in a decade.
kicking in the Super Bowl as a rookie.
Yeah.
And then this season, accuracy problems, confidence, reportedly just gone, cut after one game.
Right. So you go from that high, the Super Bowl, to crashing down, cut, practice squad anonymity, and then suddenly, boom, national spotlight, game on the line. That takes some serious mental grit.
No kidding.
And it says so much that he could block out all that noise. I loved his quote after the game, basically saying, "The past is the past. All that matters is the next kick." That kind of psychological reset, maybe more important than the points long term.
Well, almost perfect. He did have that one kick blocked, right? Looked a bit low off his foot.
Yeah, that's true. Low trajectory, so not flawless, but still, given everything, winning there in Landover after last year, it felt huge, like redemption.
It did feel huge, but okay, let's pump the brakes a little. That ending was amazing, yes, but the full 60 minutes, they were this close to blowing it, weren't they?
Oh, absolutely. They almost snatched defeat right back. There are some really ugly moments, a lot of self-inflicted stuff.
Yeah, let's get into that ugly side. Because it wasn't a clean win by any stretch. 9 penalties, 84 yards. Some of those flags kept Commanders' drives alive when they should have been off the field.
Exactly.
They built up a 24-6 lead and then just nearly let it all slip away.
The discipline is still a major, major concern and nearly cost them points directly. Look at the O-line for a sec. Theo Benedict, first start at left tackle.
Right.
He kept creeping back. That's the term coaches use. It's a technical thing, but it's not small. Means his initial footwork isn't right, maybe anticipating the rush too much.
And the result of that specific mistake was?
An illegal formation penalty. Wiped a beautiful touchdown pass to Rome Odunze right off the board.
Oof. That hurts.
It does. You see the contrast, right? The high is Moody's kick. The low is losing points because of, well, a fundamental mistake like that.
So, okay, if the performance was ugly,
Yeah.
penalties everywhere, discipline issues,
Yeah.
what's the real identity here? How did they win? It's just, gritting it out sustainable.
Well, the sustainable part is complex, but the immediate answer, the thing that won this game, opportunism, turnovers, they are absolutely leaning into that defensively.
Numbers are pretty stark there.
They really are. Leading the NFL now. 12 takeaways total. That's like 2.4 per game. And tied for the best turnover margin in the league at +8. That's huge.
But turnovers can be fluky, right? Is that just luck that's going to run out eventually? Can you rely on that?
That's always the question, isn't it? If it was pure luck, you wouldn't expect it to be this consistent or the margin to be that high. What it looks like is an aggressive scheme paying off.
Uh-huh.
Putting guys like Montez Sweat in positions to make plays. He had that big deflection and pressure earlier that forced a key punt, changed field position.
And that opportunism, like you said, it literally saved the game at the end.
No question. That final turnover was everything. 3 minutes left, Commanders driving, 3rd and 1, Jaden Daniels scrambles.
And man right is right there.
Yep, jumps on it. Commanders' 40-yard line. Ball game, basically. That recovery set up Moody, dictated the whole end sequence. They found a way when the offense was kind of sputtering.
Okay, this is where, for me, it gets really interesting. Maybe the actual long-term answer. The running game. Before this game, the talk after the bye week was all about stopping the run and, crucially, being able to run the ball themselves. Did it finally click?
It looked like night and day compared to the first few weeks, honestly. And the proof is right there in the box score. They outrushed Washington 145 yards to 124.
That doesn't sound like a massive difference, but context matters.
Exactly, because before this game, they'd been outrushed every single time. Remember the Raiders game? Gave up 240 on the ground.
Wow, okay.
Now, suddenly, they're holding teams to around 4 yards a carry while their own guy is ripping off almost 8 yards a pop. That's a massive turnaround.
And that guy was DeAndre Swift. He looked, electric. Tell us about his day.
Swift was the engine, no doubt. 14 carries, 108 yards. That's 7.7 yards per carry, which is elite territory. But it wasn't just running.
Right, that touchdown catch.
Yeah. That 55-yard TD, it was basically just a little dump-off pass near the sideline. But he makes one guy miss, slips that tackle, and then just zoom. Gone. Outruns everybody.
Incredible vision and speed.
And think about this. That one play, it boosted Caleb Williams' passer rating for the entire game by 20 points. Just shows how Swift's playmaking can lift the whole offense, even when the QB is just, solid but not spectacular.
So, if the line was suddenly better, what changed? Ben Johnson said it was the cleanest operation he'd seen all year. What does cleanest actually mean in that context?
Cleanest usually points to better communication and execution system-wide. Fewer missed assignments, better handling of stunts and blitzes, success on those combo blocks where guys work together. When it's messy, you see guys blocking air or two guys blocking one defender while another runs free. Cleanest means they are identifying threats, engaging, and sustaining blocks properly.
And they used multiple runners, too, right? It wasn't just the Swift show.
Right. They mixed in Monangai, Moore got a carry, Rashawn Johnson, kept Swift fresh. But the key was the blocking up front, finally creating consistent lanes, getting that push. Leverage. That was the difference.
And what I found really telling was how they leaned on that run game on the final drive.
Yeah.
Game on the line, 3 minutes left.
Yeah.
Usually teams start airing it out there.
Totally counterintuitive, wasn't it? But it showed massive confidence. After Wright got that fumble recovery at the 40, they knew they just needed field goal range.
Yeah.
So instead of risking an interception or incompletion, they trusted the line, trusted Swift. He rips off a 10-yarder, then a 15-yarder. Ball game. Set Moody up for an easy chip shot. That commitment. That feels sustainable.
Okay, let's pivot to the mentality side. Caleb Williams obviously grew up super close to the stadium, probably Upper Marlboro. Winning there must felt personal, a weight lifted after last year.
Oh, you could see it. It clearly resonated. But maybe even more telling for the team's direction was how openly he praised Coach Ben Johnson.
Yeah, I saw that. Mastermind.
Called him a mastermind, thanked him for coaching him hard. And he even admitted they've had conflicts, stuff they had to work through together. That kind of honesty about the coach-player dynamic. That signals maturity, buy-in. It's healthy, actually.
And that new team mantra he mentioned, we love this.
Yeah.
Well, you know the word.
Yeah. We love this stuff-ish.
Right. It shows they're embracing the grind, the hard work, unifying around the effort itself, not just waiting for easy wins.
And they'll need that mentality because there are some immediate storm clouds, health-wise. We have to talk about DJ Moore.
Yeah, that looks serious.
Took a big shot to the midsection, went into the medical tent, came back out, finished the game like a warrior, but then taken from the stadium in an ambulance, stayed overnight in D.C. for precautionary reasons. That's worrying.
Definitely something to watch. We don't know the full story yet, but it raises concerns.
Big time, especially heading into this next stretch of games.
And if Moore is out or limited, that puts a huge spotlight on guys like Luther Burton, doesn't it?
Yeah.
He had that explosive 37-yard catch.
He did. Showed some real juice on that play. Juked a guy, broke away. Real athlete stuff, as they say. If Moore misses time, Burton absolutely has to step up and be a reliable target, like right now.
Well, maybe the timing is good then. Because looking ahead, the schedule, it looks like an opportunity, doesn't it?
It really does. The next 4 opponents: Saints, Bengals, Ravens, Giants, all teams currently struggling, all with losing records. This is their window.
Right. Fix the penalties, iron out the kinks.
Exactly. Cement this identity they're building around the run game and that opportunistic defense. They can potentially stack some wins while still figuring things out.
Okay, so let's wrap this up. For you listening, what are the big takeaways from this pretty wild win? I'd say 3 things stand out.
Go for it.
1, the sheer magic, the miracle moment from Jake Moody. Just incredible story. 2, the emergence of DeAndre Swift, and, maybe more importantly, a run game that looks coordinated and committed. And 3, the defense finding ways to make game-changing plays, those turnovers, right when they needed them most.
Yeah, I think that's right. And if we're talking sustainability, the biggest piece coming out of this game, it really has to be Swift in that run game. The O-line finally looked like they were on the same page.
Yeah.
And significantly, this win happened even though Caleb Williams was just okay. He was fine. He didn't need to be Superman. The run game and the defense carried the load.
Which brings us to maybe the biggest question, the one for you, the listener, to chew on as we head into the next week. Now that the team knows they can win games, even when the QB is just fine, because they have a clutch kicker, at least for now, and a dominant run game, what does the organization do? Do you actually commit to keeping 2 high-level kickers? Keep Moody around even when Santos is healthy. Ensure you always have that safety net.
Or is the long-term future still so tied to Caleb Williams becoming truly great that you absolutely cannot afford to use that extra roster spot on a second kicker? You need every possible weapon around him.
It's a fascinating roster dilemma, born directly from one very, very unlikely kick.
That's the thought we'll leave you with. Big decisions ahead as they navigate this crucial stretch. We'll catch you on the next Deep Dive.
Thanks for tuning in to the Bear Report. We're proud to be your voice in Bears Nation. If you liked what you heard, hit follow and spread the word. More news, more takes, more grit, coming your way soon. Don't forget to follow the show wherever you get your podcasts. And as always, bear down.